Let me ask you this. Have you been thinking about starting your own business? Or maybe you're ready to start your own business today. You see, there's nothing like the feeling of being in charge and making decisions on what time should be spent working. And when done right, you won't have to worry about finding a job or getting fired. Because you know what? You, my friend, are your own boss. All this sounds amazing, right? Let me tell you more. You see, being your own boss is an exciting prospect, but it does come with some trade-offs. For example, you'll have less security and benefits that are not as good as working for someone else. Let's not forget the amount of financial risks you'll be taking on as well. For most people, it's the fear of not having enough money to get started that holds them back from taking that first step. I don't blame them. According to Forbes, the average cost of starting a business in North America is $30,000. That's a lot of money for the average person. And it is the one big thing that holds people back from taking the plunge into entrepreneurship. The cost of starting a business can be very expensive. You have to think about the cost of rent, supplies, marketing, and employee salaries. All these costs can add up quickly and make it difficult for people to start their own business. Trust me, I've been there. My family and I started a restaurant business a few years ago, and the cost of starting up was very high. We had to take out loans and use our savings to cover the costs. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it in the end. Now, I'm not saying that you should go out and start a restaurant, because that's not what this video is about. I'm just giving you an example of how the cost of starting a business can be very high. What I'd like to show you though is how you can set up your small business online with a low investment and still be successful. So, by the end of this video, you'll know how much it really costs to start an online business, what the most important things are to spend your money on, and what you can do to get started today with as low as $50. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get started. If the COVID-19 pandemic has taught us anything, it's that we can't rely on traditional businesses to survive. We have to be adaptable and change with the times we live in. The good news is, starting an online business is easier than ever before. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Isn't this exactly what the majority of people are looking for? The ability to work from home, have more time for family and friends, and not have to commute to a job they may or may not hate. I think it's safe to say that 2020 has been a year of change, and that 2022 is the year of opportunity. Now is the time to take advantage of this opportunity and start your own online business. But where do you start, and how much does it cost? This is what I'm going to show you today. The first thing you need to do is choose what type of online business you want to start. There are many options out there, but based on my own experience, I'm going to focus only on 3 that I think are the most popular and have the highest potential for success. The first option is starting a dropshipping business and/or an e-commerce store. This type of business allows you to sell products online without having to carry any inventory. You can either create your own products or sell products that are already being manufactured by someone else. Check out my other videos on how to start your Amazon FBA business for more information on ways to make money using Amazon. The great thing about dropshipping is that it's a very hands-off business and it doesn't require a lot of money to get started. In fact, you can start a dropshipping business for as little as $500. The second option is starting a service-based business where you can provide services to customers and clients like web design, social media marketing, SEO, and virtual assistant services. The beauty of starting a service-based business is that you can do it entirely online and you don't need to carry any inventory. You can start this type of business for as little as $100. The third option is starting an information product business where you can sell digital products like ebooks, courses, and membership sites. This type of business is very hands-off and doesn't require a lot of money to get started. In fact, you can start an information product business for as little as $50. So now that you know what type of online business you want to start, let's talk about how much it's going to cost you to get started. As I mentioned before, the cost of starting an online business has come down a lot in recent years. The key is to focus on the most important things and not to spend money on things that you don't need. Here's a breakdown of what you will need to spend money on to get started based on my own experience. You will need a domain name, which costs anywhere from $10 to $20 a year. You'll need a web hosting service, so $5 to $10 a month, an email marketing service, which is $10 to $20 a month, a shopping cart software, $0 to $100 a month, and a payment processor, which usually 30 cents per transaction. The shopping cart software and payment processor are only expenses that are needed if you choose to use an e-commerce platform that is different from Amazon, Shopify, etc. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about these costs. Product photos, those are important. You have to have nice looking photos. So if you decide to do them yourself, it doesn't cost you anything, but if you hire a freelancer, they can do it for you and they charge, can go up to $100 per photo. And a logo, of course. So if you do it yourself, it doesn't cost anything, but it can go up to $500 if done by a professional. Now that you know what you need to spend money on, let's talk about what you don't need to spend money on. You don't need to spend money on an office space. You can work from home or from a coffee shop. It's up to you. You don't need any employees in the beginning. You can start and run your business by yourself, and once you expand, then you can start hire people to help you out. Inventory. If you're dropshipping, you don't need to carry any inventory. Advertising. There are many free ways to market your business online without paying for any advertising in the beginning. You see, there are a lot of things you don't need to spend money on when starting a business online. The key is really to focus on the most important things and not to get distracted by the shiny objects. Now that you know what it takes to start an online business, it's time to take action and get started today. Check out my free webinar for an easy way to start your business online at as low as $150. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment below and I'll be happy to answer them.